Yo, what is up everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video with your host, Kenkukun, and today I am adjusting my microphone. Okay, there we go. Is it even on? Ah, it's on. Alright. Yes, I am the greatest YouTuber ever. Alright, so we've talked about awareness on 3 separate videos. If you haven't checked them out, it's the basic fundamentals of the game. When your awareness builds up, your overall gameplay will improve. Now, we're going to take a look at what was it? Anomaly. We're gonna take a look at shotguns and you. Oh, sounds like don't you just love this title already? All right, so I'm not the greatest shotgun player out there. When it comes to shotguns, I picked it up from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. I went from sniper to shotgunner. Well, when they introduced shotguns and snipers back into the regular game, before they were heavy. Before they were heavy, double primary, it was whatever. But when they reintroduced snipers and shotguns, I took my, I took a try at sniping. I'm like, nah, sniping's not where it needs to be. Or it's not where I was good enough to use snipers. So I put on a shotgun, and I got decent with the shotgun. Now, I'm not the greatest with the shotgun. Unfortunately, I don't have any clips of me being bad with the shotgun. I would show clips of me missing my shots with my Walking Dead build, but that's me just kind of walking up to someone and missing a point blank range shot, because sometimes they will just, right as I'm about to pull the trigger, they will move unexpectedly, and I'm pulling the trigger, and then boom, they move. So I've seen a lot of that. We're going to try and cover some of the do's and don'ts of what we probably should and should not do. Now, this map, I've never liked this map. It's been a tough map for me ever since D1. It worked out well the first weekend. This weekend, I had to play a little bit harder because what I was running, everyone was catching on to. So I'm like, all right, well, let me just play what was working. Or let me just play, my Warlock the regular way. And I did all right. Didn't do great. So when you're running around, what I try to do when I'm running around is I will always be looking at the radar. So I could be like just coming straight out of the spawn. I'm going to run. I'm constantly looking at the radar, right? Constantly looking at the radar. Looking for radar. Boom. They're not at the ramp. Okay. They're at the one. No. Okay. Boom. Here they are. They're way back here. And I would have got a radar ping right around here if they were outside gold room, right? By the AC unit. Or if they were cutting up to the elbow or anything like that. So I'm running right, and I was just running with my primer right here. So when are some of the times I push with my shotgun? All right, so I'm here. I'm pushing with the hand cannon. They come out the door. I'm gonna shoot, right? The closer I get to that door, the more ready I'm gonna be with my hand cannon. Then I'm gonna come through the door. If nobody's on my radar when I go through this door, oh man, come on, Hill. I'm gonna switch to the hand cannon. Because someone could be up there, they could be up there, or whatever primary you got. But you don't want to just constantly run around with this, like, there's a shotgun, there's a dude at the end of the hall, what are you going to do? Oh, 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 and then take cover? I've done that this weekend. I've cut around this corner with my shotgun out on accident, pulled the trigger, knew I was never going to hit anything, and I just ran away. I'm like, well, that's a wasted shot. And, now I'm waiting for my health to come back. So try to remember, when you're running around, you don't really want to use the shotgun all the time. Now, in some cases, maybe you want the shotgun because it's lightweight. It's going to make you run faster. So you got it out a little bit more. There you go. All right. That's a good example. I like to do that. That's when you really need to be watching your radar. And some of the easiest times to judge when you can and cannot have your shotgun out is when you first start a round in elimination or survival. You can say to yourself, I've covered the line of scrimmage in Destiny 2 a long time ago. There is a halfway point. When you hit that halfway point, you've gone farther across the map. You're in enemy territory, right? And the halfway point is just whatever divides the spawn straight down the middle. So this one, because this map is designed like this, the median point, the median line would be right around here somewhere. And it'd go that way, right? So this is, you cut it in half. Boom. All right. So it'd be over there. It'd be coming through that wall from here, going that way. So, excuse me, dry throat. So that's about where the median line is. And at any point you get to that median line, that's about the time you're going to run into an enemy. So let's say I ran to that elbow, right? So I come out of my spawn and I come down here and I have the shotgun out and I'm trying to go a little bit faster. Once I get to this median point, if they came here too, we're going to meet each other. Like this is the point where we would meet each other. Right around here. It could either be here and they're already there depending on what they're running. It could be right here and they're cutting that corner as a team and now you're just caught in the open dead. So knowing how the map splits is how you're going to get places. And that line, I could, when I've gone here, I've met people right here and they've actually been here a little bit faster than me. You know, I'd usually catch people right here. Boom, there's a bullet. But if I wouldn't stop to shoot them right there, I would come through and we're meeting right here. Practically anywhere that line is, most maps, Bungie likes somewhat symmetrical maps. Most maps you're going to run into the enemy. So knowing where the median line is and knowing how soon you're going to approach an enemy can tell you, hey, should I have my shotgun out or should I have my primary out, right? Now let's say you're playing against all three snipers. I've done this before. I will run straight at 3 snipers with a with a shotgun out. But how do you do that, Ken? How would you do that? Well, how do you do that? Ask yourself that question. If your answer is I run out into the open and sometimes I get shot, sometimes I get not, I think there might be a better way. Now, I've gotten shot doing it that way. I've gotten shot doing it the way I would say, but practice trying to move closer to the enemy from cover. Little bit of cover, not a lot, but cover nonetheless. Boom. Cover. Boom. So let's put a sniper. We can put a sniper right there, right? Let's say there's a sniper on the ramp, okay? And your goal is to get to that ramp and shotgun him. So here's a couple of ways I would do that. So we'll just run the paths right here, right? I'm running out. I'm gonna cut down here. So here's one path. You could just run straight up here. He's on the ramp. He's on the ramp. He's hard scoping on the ramp. Boom, shotgun. He doesn't see you until you get there, right? Maybe he looks. Maybe right now he's looking for you because he's like, oh no, someone's on the radar in the 2 room, and he's like, oh, and he backs up down the stairs. He's like, oh, okay, 2 room, I got it. Boom, right? All right, so that's path number 1. So he doesn't see you till you're about 5-10 feet away from him in relatively good shotgun range, and especially if he's not paying attention. All right, here's another path. Let's say you don't like taking that path. Let's say you normally go this way. Oh, there's a guy on the ramp. Oh, there is? Okay, slide through. Don't stop and look. Come on down. Look at all this cover we're using to get there, right? And then, you could jump up either way, left or right, right? It's kind of risky still because you jump up and get shot depending on where he is. Boom, you're there. Let's say there's a guy at the table looking for you. And this is a really good example of some of the do's and don'ts with shotguns that I think kind of helped me save myself a little bit. But again, I'm not the greatest shotgunner. I just miss a lot when it comes to close range engagements. I run. All right. And I see a lot of people. I'm like, sniper at the ramp, and they'll walk out the peak to see if it's really there. Like, don't walk out the peak to see if it's there. Just, if you're not sniping, just slide. Boom. Now you're in cover. Boom. Now you're in cover. Like, this whole thing's giving you cover. Now you're in cover. Now you're in cover. Right? And you just keep moving from cover to cover until you get close enough. Now, that doesn't mean because you can do that, you should do that. And what I mean by that is because you can run around with your shotgun out from cover to cover, you should do that because you're going to miss opportunities to shoot people with your primary. So keep that in mind. Another thing I want to cover, man, I should have set that timer a lot longer. Another thing I want to cover, I covered in a video before, and we're going to relaunch this map with more time. I apologize. I'm just going to go to orbit real quick. I covered it on Cauldron in one of my videos. And Cauldron should be the map this weekend. So would go watch, if you're watching this video, I would go watch the YouTube videos where I cover anything that looks like Cauldron, like, and it should be within, you know, the last few weeks, the last 6 weeks or so, because the map wasn't here prior to this season. My rule on that map: do not open the door for the enemy if your team's not sniping, if your team's losing the snipe battles, if your team's losing the game. Make the enemy team open the door. And I explained why, and I'm going to explain it here because I've seen it a lot of times. I've seen it from good people, bad people. I did it myself, where I would get caught, and I try not to. So it's all situational. You're never going to get the same outcome twice in, you know, the same scenario. It's going to depend on what the enemy team does and what you do. Oh man, I need some water. So let me drink this water. So as we fly in, I'm going to show you what I mean. This is probably one of the big no-nos that I've seen, and I try to avoid it myself all the time. Woo. All right, loading back into the match.
Take those zones, Guardian. Victory demands it.
This is what I see a lot of people do. They have, let's say there are enemies right in this room, and they're rushing, and you're separated from your team. They will do something like this. They'll sit here and crouch, right? And then the next thing they know, a guy slides out in front of them and kills them before they can react. So I recommend to people, never crouch by doorways. Never crouch by corners where they can slide down and kill you, because as they're sliding out, they're ready to shoot you. Like, they're ready to shoot you. It's a reaction game at that point. And if you know personally that your reaction time is not that great, don't do it. Because there's a better chance that they're gonna kill you versus you kill them. Game lag. They show up just a frame or two before your game recognizes it because there's lag in the game, and they kill you. FPS. 30 FPS sometimes isn't enough, and they slide around that corner and shoot you because you just don't have the frames to tell you that they're there. Bad timing on your part, right? Like, they slid too far, you miss. It's a Titan. They slid, punched, it lunged them, you shot, missed, and then they punch you again, right? Because Titan melees make them look like they rubber band lag. So I've done it this weekend, especially in these rooms. If you get caught in these rooms, people would just be like right here, and I'm like, that's not a great spot to be. If you get caught there, it's very dangerous. Some of the things you can do, what can you do if you find yourself caught in a corner and there's enough room to do it? I play a lot of Warlock, and this is why excuse me, this is why it's really hard to deal with hunters and doorways or anything where they have the advantage to jump over the point of entry and you don't, right? So let's say overtime, for the sake of this example, overtime was right out. We're gonna make it real easy. It was right here, right at this point, and there's a hunter on it, and this is what the hunter's doing. Pretend I'm double jumping right here. I'll jetpack, boom, and this is what they're doing, right? They're just up and out, like, that's it. That's what they'll do. That's what they do. Hunters, you know, press X to be good. Like, press X twice to be unstoppable, right? They get to get off the ground really, really fast. And if you notice, as a Warlock and a Titan, most of our subclasses, we can jetpack, but my weapons down to the side. When I ready it, I fall. When I ready it, I fall. Hunters, they double jump. They don't. Their gun goes down for the duration of the jump, which is like a second. My jetpack is the whole duration. So I get the ability to suspend myself in the air, right? That's what I get to use to my advantage. I just have to know when to release to kill the dude coming out the door. The hunter just, you know, and I think for most people, it's easier for the hunter to just double jump X. Now, instead of this hunter just crouching right here at the corner, they're hopping, right? let's say you're up here. You don't have time to go all the way around and shoot them from an angle. You have to just, you're at a disadvantage because you have to come down the stairs. So your answer is to, I couldn't even slide. I just like ran off of that ramp. Your answer is to slide down and shotgun them. And then what happens when what just happened to me happened, where you don't even get to slide down the ramp? You just kind of fall down the ramp and then never get to slide. And then you just, oh, my guy messed up and now I'm dead. Right? So you come out here, slide, and you look for the dude here, and then you get shotgun from up here. So that's the thing, that's one of the things you would want to do. So you're stuck in this room. If you think they're going to push, just even hop a little bit, right? They may shoot your feet. They may aim at the ground too low. And, personally, if the shotgun ain't on point right away, I'm just melee, hop, melee, right? I'm just melee, hop, melee. Oh, that seems like it's slow. Jetpack, melee, hop, melee. Okay. So that's my recommendation with corners, and that's any corner. This is a corner. They come around, boom. It's a reaction game, right? If you were never good at reactionary games, this is probably not for you. So I've seen that a lot. I've seen it in Cauldron. The rule applies on all maps. Your best bet for most of the time, and you can feel out what type of players they are. Some players will slide in there. Some hunters will slide, shade step back, and they'll make you waste a shot, and then they'll come back in. Some players will push through. This is another thing I've seen. Three guys, let's say it's, everyone's alive in the game. Guy number one's gonna be like, this guy's alone in the corner out here. He's camping with a shotgun. I'm gonna run out first. Boom. And then he runs out and just runs past you. And now you're distracted on him, and the second guy comes through and kills you. Some players will wait for that second guy. It depends. Like I said, it's all situational. There's no wrong play, right? Have confidence in your play. Have confidence in your play and commit to the play. Most of the people that have confidence in their play and they commit to the play, they succeed. But when they fail, it's not because they hesitated. It's not because they second guessed. It's because it just didn't work out. And then they ask themselves, okay, did it not work out because I made a small mistake? Or did that dude just really outplay me and I probably shouldn't engage in that situation again? Did I miss this shotgun shot coming out this door because I just missed because I wasn't looking at the right angle? Or was that dude there and he shade stepped and then jumped and shade stepped and whatever, did he just truly outplay me? Like, how did that happen? Right? So, but I see a lot of people, they'll hesitate with their shotguns or they'll hesitate with their plays. I've done it myself. There was plenty of times this weekend. Again, I wish I had the footage for it. There were plenty of times this weekend, again, where I would hesitate on what I needed to do, and whether it's shotgun or primary, and I've missed the opportunity. Another good example, and we're going to wrap it up here, because I like this topic, but I hate that I didn't have any clips for it. Another prime example, and I'll get clips for it next time, is I seen my teammates this weekend, and myself included, the enemy team would run, the teams I had the hardest time with were the ones that played under the anomaly, and we would win some of those games and we would lose some of those games. We only got railroaded by a handful of teams this weekend out of everyone I played with. So the enemy would just be running around with shotguns out, right? And boom, shotgun, boom, shotgun, boom, shotgun, boom, shotgun, right? That's all that's happening, and we're losing the rounds. But what I noticed was when that happens to me more than one round, like round 1, round 2, I lose it. I'm done with my shot. It's primary time. And I'm looking for them to come running, right? So when I start shooting at the dude running here, he's going to run to the left. He's like, oh, I'm getting shot at. Running with the shotgun out, he'll run to the left. He'll still survive because he just cuts into cover, right? But I've seen my teammates just run on out there with their shotguns. I've seen it more with my teammates than myself, but I did it myself too. I've shot people with my primary. I've come up here and boom, boom, boom. He's weak. Ran out with my shotgun and got killed by either him or someone else because I'm just trying to make a shotgun play that I didn't need to play or probably shouldn't have played because I was already losing the shotgun fight early on. And then I would see my teammates, they'd come off of this, they'd be like right here and they'd be just running with their shotgun outs, and then boom, they're dead. They're in the shotgun fight that they've already been losing, and you'll hear them complain, "Ah, my shotgun's not doing this. Ah, my shotgun didn't do that. Oh, this is stupid. Oh, there's lag." It's just like when you when you recognize, when you recognize the patterns and you adjust to the patterns that you see, you give yourself another chance and opportunity to mix it up. What if, now bear with me, what if the enemy team, they were so comfortable with running through the anomaly with their shotguns? What happens when you don't give them the opportunity to just be in the shotgun fight? I'm going to tell you, and it happens a lot. And not this scenario, right? Not specifically with shotguns, but this mentality happens a lot. They are removed from their comfort zone. They are not engaging in what they're comfortable with and what they run the most, which is just running out here with a shotgun. Some teams, it doesn't matter, shotgun, hand cannon, melee, heavy, they're going to be good with it. Like, there are players out there that are skilled. There are going to be some scenarios where you're going to be good with everything you do against an enemy team because you're skilled enough to do it. There are some of you that won't yet, but it's a matter of time until you get there. And then no matter what you do, you're going to be well-rounded enough to make any play and any decision. And people are going to, they're going to have to adjust out of their comfort zones a lot more often. So let's say you don't give them the fight with the shotgun on this map. But I would say that's the last resort. It's like, all right, guys, let's not go in there. We're losing our shotgun fights. And then you've lost 2 rounds and they never engage you. So you're playing for supers. It's going to be a super battle for every round until the end of the game, probably, or at least the next 3. So whoever wins, if the enemy wins one of those, or if you have to win one of those 3 rounds with the super, or just outright outplay them. Now let's say they're just running with shotguns out. They're not playing patient. They're not playing aggressive. Right now you've gone outside. There's nothing really outside for you. Overtime's inside in a good place. Unbalanced map. The map design isn't unbalanced. The placement of overtime and heavy adheres to whoever can get in the middle and hold the middle. And this is a prime example. I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but this is a prime example of a map designed by Bungie that you can't really utilize all of the map. It forces you to utilize, I would say, 50% of the map, and then the outer edge of the map is the other 50%, because it's pretty big compared to the the more enclosed space. I would still say that's 50. So you're forced to use 50% of the map, because I could sit in here and I could cap overtime all by my lonesome in cover and never get killed by you. Well, okay, maybe you could shoot me in the head if I was emoting like that, but I could just crouch, right? And there's nothing, you are forced to come in there and kill me, or have the correct grenade to stop me, or the right super, or any of that. Like, there's so much that it would take for you to get into this room against, on a 3v3. It happened plenty of times. Plenty of people pushed me off that zone. Plenty of people killed me on that zone. Plenty of people were able to take the overtime, but a lot of times they weren't. So there were plenty of people that did it this weekend, but there were a lot more that failed, right? Same with my team. There were a lot of times where it's like, all right, we just got to give up the round. We're building up our super. We got to take every second we can get, and we're not going to be able to get into that room. It's a 1v3 or a 2v3, and we don't have the grenades. We're not landing the shots. They're not peeking us, right? And it would be better for us to just take these next 5 to 6 seconds to get our super energy. That way we just try to storm the next round. And I don't mean that because I'm on a storm color. I mean, we just come through storming as a team. With a super, if not 2, the next round. So giving up the big areas of maps, the important areas of maps, and when it comes to trials, it's going to be overtime. It's going to be the overtime area, and on heavy round it's going to be the heavy area. In survival, it's more the heavy area, and then it falls to the overtime area. So that's, I think those are the 2 things you fight for in that order. In survival, it's heavy, then overtime if it comes to it. Because sometimes heavy is not by overtime. Shorts of time is prime example. Distant shores, whatever it's called. Prime example. Heavy's in the middle, overtime's not. And then prime example here. Heavy is in the middle and overtime's in the middle. So there's your answer, right? You would want to fight over the middle as much as you can. So giving it up is a last resort. So, okay, how do we get them out of their comfort zone? Let's say this whole inside, let's say a shotgun's not their comfort zone, but this area is their comfort zone. How do we get them out of there? Well, if you're definitely losing the shotgun fight, it's primary time. So here's a good example. Here's some, run through scenarios, right? You're going to come up here, scout rifle, pulse rifle, even a really good sniper helps out on any team. Just throwing that out there. I played with plenty of good snipers this weekend. I tried to snipe. By the time I put my sniper on, I did not land the snipes I needed, but the snipes that I did land were really good. I just wish I could have landed the really easy ones. Boom, here they are. You're shooting them. Boom, here they are, right? They're running with their shotguns now. You're slowing them down. Let's say instead of slowing them down, you get a team shot on one of them. You get a pick, right? And then you go to the body, you close it down, and they're not inside with their shotguns. So now you've already taken them out of their comfort zone for that round. Let's say you flip spawns, right? And they're like, all right, they're like, that's just one round. Don't worry about it. We're just going to, we got this. We're going to get the next round. Or they're not even worried about any of that. They're not saying, oh, we made a mistake. They're not saying anything. It's just like, boom, they're just playing the game. And they come up here, right? Now you flip spawns. You come right up in here. Hey, team shot, team shot. And pow, pow, pow. Before that dude can cut through that door and cut behind this, because this is a play I've seen a lot from shotgunners this weekend. If they came through this door, they would just cut right here, right? And it would be a tighter cut than that. But it would be long enough for you to team shot with a teammate. And now you got to kill. Now, if they came from this door, it's a little bit harder. But if they came with their shotguns out from anywhere and you got a team shot, that's 2 rounds in a row. You just, within 10 seconds, you just shot them. Then, the next round you play, maybe they come and try the same thing, but a different angle. And if you're on this catwalk, right, this is catwalk, you see almost every angle they can come from. Number 1 door, number 2. Now, this is not the call outs, but there's entry number 1, entry number 2. If they come from either of those spots, you come into the center, most of the time, except for when the anomalies harassing you, you're going to see them come into the middle. Now, if you stand right here, you have to worry about getting shot from 2 spots, right? So you got to be ready, so you would come up here, right? You would look from this angle, and nobody there. Okay. Hopefully by that time someone's called out on the radar. They're at the ramp, right? And then you just start, you peek and you start shooting with the primary, and you're locking down the ramp. Now they're like, oh, so they stopped coming in through here, so they went in through here. Pow, pow, pow. You shoot them. They're weak, right? Someone's up here because someone just on your team likes to go this way. Oh, they're weak coming to you. So they're not worried about killing you in front. They're worried about getting into cover. And then now they're here. Or maybe they are worried about killing you, but they have, they're going to be weaker for you. So it's like, okay, shotgun, primary, whatever you want to do. Grenade. Yeah, grenade. Throw the grenade. Now they don't have anywhere to go. They can't really hide from your teammates. They can't hide from your grenade. So you're just shooting them to death. And now, let's say it for 3 solid rounds, you were down 3 rounds. It was 3-3, and now you've tied it 3-3. And you finally flipped the spawn once again. And eventually, guess what happened? Most of the team, there was only a very few teams, like 3 or 4 teams that just ran out with their shotguns out, and they never changed. Ever. They just ran out with the shotguns out. You come in here, I got radar at the catwalk, and they never come through. They are out of their comfort zone. Now they're here. They kind of like stop here. They're clustered. They're out of their comfort zone. They are not sure what to do, and all it takes from me, it just takes, if they're all 3 together and they're moving slow, it just takes one well-placed grenade, arc web. Now they're chaining. And let's say we've kind of slightly collapsed on them. So you could even be as far as right here with your own grenade and just throw it right there. And as they run through, they're dying to that grenade. They're chaining. They're trying to get out and away from each other. One guy could push to me down this way. He could go, oh, I'm chaining. Boom, boom, boom. I killed him. Now there's only 2 people left, right? Once you've taken them out of their comfort zone, you've effectively locked down their shotgun play, because they can't shotgun you if you're primarying, and they don't primary. Most of my kills this weekend was shotguns. Not because I'm good with the shotgun, not because I just ran around with my shotgun out because of the build I played the majority of the weekend on my hunter. It was just shotguns. Like, I just played around the shotgun. But I did use my primary. So remember, taking people out of the comfort zone is going to allow you to make better plays. And another thing I want to cover before we go, even before this was a problem, Antaeus Ward, Antaeus Ward, Antaeus Wards. Another really good, like, that reason alone is why you shouldn't be crouched next to doorways waiting for the dude to slide in. Because if it's a Titan, chances are good they're gonna slide, be immune, you're going to shoot, and even if you don't kill yourself, you've now used your shot, and it's shotgun city time, or it's Titan city time. The Titan's coming in here to just kill you, and nothing you can do about it because they were immune when they came through the door. So that's another prime example. You don't want to be too close to corners because right now Titans have the biggest advantage in the game. Even if it wasn't bugged the way it was, you'd probably be shooting the front of them because they're sliding in from the front. So you're going to be, your bullets are reflected no matter what. So you got to keep that in mind when you're going against certain classes and exotics. What's very powerful right now? Antaeus Wards. What is this map built to look like? Lots of corners. Lots of corners. Like, one corner, two corner. Like, there's just corners. Corners everywhere. They're all over the place. Yeah, they're attacking. So, 3, 4. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners in this room. And that's if you can count this as a corner without being shot. I'm pretty sure they could shoot me from inside that room. So, without coming into this room. So, yeah, there's like 5 corners in here. They'd have to come into the room to get me from here. They'd have to come into the room to get me from here. Or here. If they were coming through the room, this little corner. You can't really call this a corner unless they're, because if they're taking the wide angle, they're going to see you. But this is like a half a corner, right? So many corners. So, keep that in mind. Guys, sorry for this video going a little bit longer. I apologize for not having any of the examples. I'll be working on that as I go forward. That way we can recover this topic with, hey, you heard me talk about it, and now you're going to see what I was talking about when it comes to me, when it comes to my teammates, when it comes to the enemy team. And excuse me, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comment section below. Did you find this helpful? Did you find yourself in this position? Did you say, Ken, I didn't know about not, standing next to doorways and getting shotgun? Or Ken, there was a lot of times where I would, my main focus is to sit by the doorway, and I didn't, I get so nervous. It's a lot of pressure, and I just don't think to jump. It's like, always take a breath and calm down. You got this. All right, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all next time.